Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and his Russian counterpart held an Egypt-Russian summit in the presence of the heads of African economic blocs in the Russian city of Sochi. In his statements, President al-Sisi reiterated that Egypt is exerting utmost efforts to achieve the African economic integration and to implement the infrastructure projects. The President also stressed the importance of the African-Russian cooperation in various domains during the coming period. Meanwhile, the European Union representative gave his statements where he asserted the significance of boosting ties between Africa and Russia as well as other European countries.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said that Russia-Africa Summit enhances means of cooperation with the African continent and pushes development process 2063. He added that people's aspirations is the way to achieve their hopes. This came during President al-Sisi's speech in front of the summit held in Sochi. The head of state stressed Africa's keenness in integration, highlighting the significance of investment in human resources and especially that youth represents 65% in Africa. The president went on to say that Egypt achieved a lot in the economic and political reform program. He added that people's aspirations is the way. This came during the president's speech. The head of state stressed Africa's keenness in integration, highlighting the significance of investment in human resources, notably that youth represents 65%. The president went on to say that Egypt achieved a lot in the economic and political reform program, implementing tangible steps in the economic field. During his speech, the head of state stressed that the Russian Economic Forum is an opportunity to discuss various important economic files as Africa plays a vital role in the global economy. He noted that lately the cooperation with Africa was improved. For his part, Putin said that this summit is expected to witness signing of a number of agreements and launching joint initiatives that foster cooperation between Russia and Africa.
The first Russian-African Summit and Economic Forum kicked off on Wednesday, headed by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Russian President Vladimir Putin in Sochi city. The summit tackles three main topics: boosting economic ties, establishing joint projects, and enhancing cooperation in the humanitarian and social files. The gathering will discuss a number of issues, including the usage of nuclear techniques in implementing the continent's development. And the summit also is set to be held every 3 years, which is attended by 54 African countries and thousands of Russian officials and businessmen.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has called on Russian and international firms to invest in Africa, stressing in his speech at the opening of the first ever Russia-Africa Summit on Wednesday that this is the ideal time for economic openness to the continent. The president also urged regional and international funding bodies to back development efforts in the continent by offering special conditions and powerful incentives to projects and development programs there. The summit is chaired by President al-Sisi, who holds the rotating presidency of the 55-nation African Union, and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Speaking at the opening session of the summit in the seaside resort of Sochi, President al-Sisi urged African leaders to work to improve business climate and promote private-public partnership in the region and unite to achieve peace, stability, economic growth, and development for its people. El-Sisi said African countries are putting infrastructure development and promoting economic integration at the forefront of joint cooperation. The head of state said that human development is the key for sustainable development in a continent where people under 25 years of age make up 65 of the 1.2 billion population. The president said that the forum will open up commercial and investment opportunities and help develop economic